And today we're going to be making a spuma di banana, as they say in Italian, or a whipped banana mousse type pudding. And you have to start with gelatin, with dissolving gelatin in water. And here's gelatin the way you would buy it in the store, in little packages like this. And gelatin is nothing more than the cartilage and bones all powdered up from animals, so you need this as a thickener. So we need a tablespoon of gelatin. I'm going to put that in a bowl and give it 1 tablespoon of cold water. You really want to dissolve that well. You do this first to swell the granules of the gelatin. So once it's dissolved in the cold water, then you want to add some hot water. You need 2 tablespoons of hot water. So you put that in, and then you mix that around. And you get that very, very smooth. And you want to do this step ahead of time because you're going to set this aside while you make the pudding part. All right, so that is nice and smooth. So we can set that aside and forget about it for a few minutes while we talk about the other things that go into this pudding. So for it, we need eggs, and we want egg yolks for this. We do not want egg whites. So separate the yolks. Now, what we want to do is whisk those up a bit, get them smooth. Let me set this aside. Break them up, and you want to add some sugar to this. So in goes the ½ cup of sugar. And to help thicken this, we want cornstarch. A teaspoon of cornstarch. So once that's smooth, you can get the cornstarch in. Well, there's a teaspoon of cornstarch. And then a cup of lukewarm milk. And now what we have to do is cook this. We have to get this thick. So once it's all mixed together, get it on the flame. And you have to really stand here now and stir this. This has to be thickened until it's syrupy. You don't want to let this boil. And off the heat, we're going to add that gelatin. So here's the gelatin. And we're going to whisk that in. Now we need to get this cold, so we want to put this in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes or so, just so it thickens slightly. So to do that, we just want to transfer this now to a bowl. Beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Okay, cover it. And in it goes. So there it is. Look at that. It's really thick. So now we need to lighten that. We need to get our mousse effect in there. So to do that, we're going to start right here with banana. So I have 3 bananas in my food processor. And I'm just going to whirl them up. Now that we have that, we're going to transfer it to a larger bowl. Get rid of that blade. Take this off. And put it in here. Now what we want to do is whip up some cream. So a cup of heavy cream in a bowl. And to that, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of sugar, just to sweeten that up a little bit. And now we want to whip this up. And that looks good. And now, because this has been thickened in the refrigerator so much, I'm going to whip that up. Okay, now we can fold this into here. That was our pudding part. And mix that in with the banana. We're going to give this some vanilla. A little vanilla flavoring is nice in this. And I like a little rum. Why not? About 3 tablespoons or so. That's about 3 tablespoons. And we're going to mix that in. Okay, now we can fold in the cream. And here's that whipped cream. Doesn't this look delicious? This is a great ending to any meal. And we're going to cover this now and put it in the refrigerator. You want this to chill for about 2 hours before you serve it. And I'm going to show you how I like to serve it. So that looks great. There is our spuma di banana. And now we're going to cover that with some plastic wrap. And that goes in the fridge. Take a look at that. You see how it has thickened up. So I take some of this and mound it up. And then if you want to get fancy about this, you can put some in a pastry bag. You don't have to do this. You could just use a spoon. Put some in a pastry bag with a tip. Get that air out. And you can do a nice little dollop right there in the center. Then after you do that, you can take bananas that you've put in a little bit of lemon juice to keep them from turning. A nice sprig of mint and put it there. And then the final touch, how about some pistachio nuts right over the top? So that's how you do the spuma.